So, let us start this chapter chemical bonding. This chapter actually for 11th portion, or this is the 4th chapter of 11th, and around 4 to 5 questions is asked every year in this particular chapter. This chapter has the great importance because it has a great utilization in other chapters also. And this particular chapter, there are so many topics and subtopics. First topic belongs to, that is the types of bond. Second is the how to calculate the number of bonds. Third, how to know the paramagnetism and diamagnetism. Fourth, lone pair of electron and hybridization. Fifth, bond angle dipole moment. Next, this is the bond order. This particular, all these topics and subtopics has great importance for entrance exams, either IIT, JEE Main and other medical entrance exams. So, let us start with this first topic, that is belong to this types of bond. So, types of bond, first you know that in bond formation always valence electron participate, and valence electron is nothing but the electrons which are present in outermost shell of electron. For example, oxygen atomic number 8, it has 6 electrons in outermost shell, that is in the second shell, therefore its valency is 6. Similarly, for sodium atomic number 11, this is the 1 electron present in the third shell, which is the outermost shell, therefore its valency is 1. So, this valence electrons takes part in bond formation, but in bond formation the second criteria is the types of nature of metals or non-metals, that is the nature of element. For example, the first bond which is belongs to ionic bond or electrovalent bond, this bond is particularly formed between electropositive, electronegative, metal, non-metal by complete transfer of electron. At once the electron that is transferred from one element, that is the metal, that is becomes the sole property of the element where the electron has transferred. For example, sodium which has only one electron and chlorine it has valency 7. So, when sodium and chlorine comes closer to take parts in bond formation, then one electron has completely transferred from sodium to chlorine. Then sodium has also attained the octet and chlorine has also attained the octet, and after transferring complete transfer of electron from sodium, cations are formed, and from chlorine, and chlorine forms the anion, and that cations and anions hold together by a electrostatic force of attraction, which is the main criteria for the ionic bond or electrovalent bond. Second bond, that is the called covalent bond. This particular bond is formed between two non-metals, that is both are electronegative elements, but electronegative elements have not the tendency to completely transfer the electron. Therefore, they mutual share the electron, and after mutual sharing of electron this particular bond is formed. But this has two types, one is polar and other is the non-polar. Polar bond is formed when the electron, when the elements that is going to be participate in the bond formation must have necessity of electron in order to complete its octet. For example, when two chlorine atoms comes together to form the bond, then both have the necessity of one electron in order to complete the octet. Therefore, two chlorine atoms share each electron to mutual sharing of each electron and form Cl2 molecules by these two chlorine atoms. But if there will be the electronegativity difference is 0, then that type of covalent bond is called polar covalent bond, that is called the polar covalent bond. And if there is the certain electronegativity difference, then some polarity comes, and that polarity becomes the nature equal to that of this ionic bond. Therefore, like in HCl, hydrogen is electropositive, chlorine is electronegative. So, when bond will form between H and Cl, then this type of covalent bond will be called polar covalent bond. But the bond which are formed between two chlorine atoms, both are non-polar, both have necessity of electrons, then that type of bond is called non-polar covalent bond. Third bond is the coordinate bond, which is also called the dative bond. It forms when there is the temporary shifting of one lone pair of electron, where listen, where completely transferring of one lone pair of electron. For example, in ammonia molecule, there is one lone pair of electron. So, when ammonia and hydrogen ion which have no electrons and it has the tendency to complete its duplet. So, when ammonia and hydrogen ion comes closer, ammonia molecules will complete temporarily shifting this lone pair of electron to H plus, then duplet of hydrogen will complete and ammonia has also completed its octet. And the nature and the properties of this coordinate bond is same as that of covalent bond. Therefore, we can say that coordinate bond is nothing but is a special type of covalent bond. Secondly, this is the general things, definition, properties of this all types of bond like electrovalent, ionic, covalent, coordinate valent. But second portion, that is the most important, and every year in different entrance exams like JEE Main, IIT and different medical entrance exams, every year questions are asked that how to calculate the total number of bond. About this particular thing, in not in a single textbook, guide, help book, study material of different textbook, this is not mentioned, but questions asked every year. So, in order to calculate the total number of bond, for example, in entrance exam it was asked that what are the total number of bonds in P4O6. So, without drawing the structure, without seeing the structure, we have to calculate the total number of bonds. But this particular total number of bonds, how we can calculate without seeing or drawing the structure, it is the most important aspects, because in entrance exams time factor is the main factor, because for one objective question you have limited time period, that is 1 minute 12 seconds. So, you have to answer